Neosho Art Council hosted a sidewalk chalk art contest to kick off Neosho's Fall Festival. A variety of artists, young and mature, created beautiful sidewalk masterpieces. The contest encouraged the community to interact with local artists in action. Neosho hosts its annual Fall Festival on the first Saturday in October. The annual Collectors Expo show kicked off. The expo had cosplay contests, comic books, comic creators, and video game tournaments. The event is similar to that of San Diego's Comic-Con. It also had special guests.
Well, I like to get deals on stuff for my own collections, but of course, you know, seeing a lot of my other friends here around, so we can get together and have a good time at other places and see other people of the geek community in costumes and other things that they do is a lot of fun.
The expo was held at Cecil Floyd Elementary in Joplin. Joplin's Porch Fest was put on by the North Heights neighborhood. Porch Fest is a celebration of Joplin's best music, food, and art. Musicians play on front porches 1 hour at a time. Food trucks and artists set up in the street.
I think that one of the greatest things about this is where you would normally go and pay about $30, $40 for these local musicians. They're willing to volunteer their afternoons to come and showcase our neighborhood and show us their music, where most people wouldn't be able to go out and, you know, on the weekends to go see them sometimes, and now they get to do that in their own neighborhood.
Porch Fest is run completely by local volunteers. Most are part of North Heights Neighborhood Group, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving the neighborhood. Every fall, Lamar, Missouri celebrates their very own legendary beginnings. The celebration remembers Wyatt Earp, who was the city's constable in 1869. Residents enjoyed the day with food, crafts, baby shows, and live music.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of Wyatt Earp Fall Fest is just to see everyone having so much fun right here locally. I think a lot of times, you know, people think if I want to have fun, I've got to leave Lamar, leave Barton County. But, you know, that's just not so. You can have fun right here in our community with our friends and our neighbors, and it's great to be a part of this.
Wyatt Earp left Lamar heading west, starting the journey of what would become one of America's frontier legends. We now take this time to honor one of our Four State heroes. Sergeant Philip Wertz, an Oswego, Kansas native, served in the Army. He served in Iraq and was a part of the 891st Engineer Battalion. He also earned the Army Achievement Medal. To Sergeant Philip Earps, we thank you. Wertz, we thank you, our Four State hero.
Stop paying costly maintenance repairs on your old car.
Boy, I got to say, I think today was a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. It was just absolutely perfect out there with lots of sunshine, mild temperatures, and light winds. It's still that way down in Seneca, Missouri at the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Just a few high, thin cirrus clouds floating by, but that is about it across our area. Boy, it was chilly this morning though. Check out Stockton. They dropped down into the upper 30s this morning. 37 was their low. Generally, everyone else was in the 40s, even a few 30s down in Oklahoma, with Beeville coming in with 37 and 39 over in Nowata. So it's getting to be that time of year where it starts to get a little bit frosty out there in the morning hours. Highs this afternoon were generally in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees, including Parsons with 80, Columbus 80, Miami 80 degrees as well. A little bit cooler down in Pineville with 76, and Branson was 74 this afternoon. And temperatures are right now still in the 70s for the most part across our area, 73 in Lamar and Nevada, as well as Stockton. Still 80 degrees though in Bartlesville. Right now in Joplin, we're sitting in the upper 70s. We made it out to 82 today, starting out at 45, which was above the normals of 76 and 53. But check this out. We can get to freezing this time of year like we did back in 1985 with 32 degrees. And of course, we can also be in the mid-90s this time of year as well. September was very warm, as everyone knows. 24 days above normal, 5 below, 1 normal, and 1 week we had 3 record highs in 1 week. And as a result, if we take a look at the temperatures, 86.5 was the high, which is above the normals of 82 by 4.5 degrees. The lows were about 1.3 degrees above normal, ending up for the month 2.9 degrees above normal. And as a result, we ended up being the 13th hottest September in Joplin history. All right, let's take a look at the radar. There's really not much going on, just a little bit of moisture in the air, and that is about it, and very little moisture at that. We have to go all the way out to the west coast before we start seeing any storm activity. You can see this spiral here in eastern Idaho. That is the next storm system that is going to be making its way towards us, but it's going to be slow in doing so because the pattern right now is just not really changing all that much. 78 in Joplin right now, feels like 78. The dew point is 36, so we have a low relative humidity of 22%, and the pressure is currently falling. Your forecast for tonight looks like this. Lows once again in the 40s across our area, a few 50s thrown in, maybe down to the south, but generally everyone will be in the 40s. Then as we go through the day tomorrow, temperatures right about where they were today, upper 70s to lower 80s, mid 80s out towards the west. Then as we go into Monday morning, we're going to see lows once again in the 40s and 50s across our area. Joplin around 49, 50 degrees. And then Monday afternoon, we'll see highs in the mid 80s out to the west, and then a little bit cooler off to the east with Monette at 79. All right, and then as we go into Monday night into Tuesday morning, lows a little bit warmer, lower 50s across our area on southeasterly winds. Your 7-day forecast looks like this. Warm weather continues through the week. A slight chance of storms as we go into Wednesday, an isolated chance, and then a little bit cooler as we go into Friday, and yes, even a chance of rain as we head towards next weekend. Danny will be back with sports right after this.
This year's Miners Bowl features two of the hottest teams in the MIAA right now. Pittsburgh State hosts rival Missouri Southern for the 54th all-time meeting between the schools. Pitt State trying to stay perfect today and get its 8th straight win over Southern. First quarter, Chad Dodson Jr. finds Dallas Bond in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Gorillas up 7-0. Pitt State great on defense in the first half. Forced fumble here. Michael Lacey recovers. Pitt State takes possession. Then look at this. Defensive lineman Zeke Wall barrels in for 6. Pitt State extends the lead to double digits. Chad Dodson Jr. gets 2 more touchdowns in the first half. Jack Roberts here. Great blocks on the outside. Roberts gets in the end zone, and then Dodson airs it out to Christian Carter. He goes up and gets it. 31-yard touchdown connection, 28-3 at half. Pitt State rolls by Missouri Southern 38-9.
We knew they were a big physical team because last year they called us out for not being as physical as they were, but we definitely went out and showed that. So it was nice to just out-physical them all game, all 4 quarters.
We always got to leave the field thinking we're the most physical team. And tonight this afternoon we weren't the most physical team. The other message was, hey, we got more football in front of us than we do behind. We've only played 5 games and we've got 6 opportunities in front of us. So we'll go back, we'll lick our wounds, we'll get healthy, and we'll get ready for Lincoln.
Well, Coffeyville has struggled recently, dropping its last 2 games. They're on the road today at Ellsworth, and the Red Ravens get back on track, beating the Panthers 31-7. The Coffeyville defense picked off Ellsworth's quarterback 5 times today. Coffeyville is now 3-2 this season. They kick off a 3-game homestand against 7th-ranked Iowa Central next Saturday. The Kansas State Wildcats are 3-1 to start the season. They cracked the top 25 this week following a huge 41-34 win over Oklahoma. The Wildcats aim to keep momentum going, hosting Texas Tech today. Opening drive for Kansas State, Adrian Martinez takes off for a 57-yard gain. Next play, he calls his own number, finishes the drive with an 18-yard score, 7-0 early. Later, tied at 13 in the third quarter, Martinez finds Phillip Brooks, bobbles, but he makes the catch and dives into the end zone. Now it's tied once more. Here in the fourth, Martinez again shows off his wheels, 69 yards to the house. That makes it 27-20 Wildcats. K-State quarterback doing it all today. Gets in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game, 171 yards on the ground. Kansas State beats Texas Tech 37-28. A few more scores around the Big 12 Top 25 matchup. Baylor hosts Oklahoma State. The Cowboys get to 4-0, winning 36-25. Kansas aims to stay perfect today against Iowa State. The Jayhawks hang on to win 14-11. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Well, it was a nice day today. What else do you have for us?
Well, I've got another perfect day for you tomorrow with temperatures around 80 degrees, even better on Monday with 82. And then we start to get into some changes as we head towards the latter part of next week, especially next weekend. Believe it or not, we actually could have some rain in the area and much cooler temperatures for Sunday. So hopefully that's going to bear out. But right now, it's going to be dry for a few more days.
Well, fingers crossed on that rain. But with today's perfect weather, huge day in college football. Danny, what do you have for us?
Yeah, one more score we didn't get to. Oklahoma, unfortunately, loses to unranked TCU today. They've lost 2 in a row now, 3-2 on the season.
All right, well, hopefully they can get things rolling. But remember, that's our time for now. And we'll always be on at KOAMNewsNow.com and with our KOAM News app. Thank you for making us part of your night. We'll see you right back here at 10 o'clock.
Salon service